everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Norman Network. Today, we are going to be reviewing the Stormbringer set from the latest, or at least the latest at the time of recording this, line of Ninjago sets from the latest at the time of recording this TV series. So, this is the big Stormbringer dragon. It's huge. It's a very, very nice dragon, and it's an interesting design for a dragon, with there not being much wing and just these little winglets, and having it seem more like a snake. And it's an interesting design. On the tail piece here, we have this little gear. If you twist that, it actually gives a very realistic look for the tail moving. If you move it slow enough and just fast enough, it looks very nice. The feet are very posable. You have a gear type joint that goes out and in, and the feet are on a ball joint with two toes. So you've got a ton of posability. The balance with the dragon is really, really nice. So you can pretty much do any type of pose and it'll stand up. It has this nice curve to the stomach, right in the middle, and it just accents that on the top with these roofing shingling type pieces that looks like scales. They do it so well. And the same posability with the feet is in the winglets. So these are actually on a little ball joint of their own, and of course this piece is on a little Technic hinge, so that can come out and in, and the ball joint. So you can sort of convince someone that they're wings, but it's almost like the snake, like how it pops out of the head. It's a cool design. It's a different design for a dragon than you'd see with like a small dragon, as you can see in the back there, or I have another Ninjago dragon up here. So yeah, it's a different design that I like. So moving up into the winglet area, there's this little seat, just 4 studs, and it's the area for the driver to sit. And this actually pops off with just these 2 little connector pieces, and those go onto these pieces. So if you'd like, you can actually make this dragon seem like a wild dragon as well. So that adds even more playability, which is very nice. The head starts kind of iffy on the neck. It's a very, very long neck, and it's not my favorite neck. Sorry, I just have to get the seat area back in place. There we go. So it's a very long neck, and that's just so you can have these twin spring-loaded bolts on it. But the neck has very nice posability, being on a ball joint. So you can bring it all the way down to there, and you can bring it all the way up to here, and almost all the way over to the side. And you can it twists the head, but there's actually a little piece on the bottom there prohibiting it from going 360 degrees. And then you have this area, which is another majorly posable area, with these little spikes on the back of the head and these spikes that go backwards, and it really gives it a nice look. It makes the head seem smooth until you get to the neck. And these eyepieces are actually printed pieces, so that's very nice to see printed. I don't actually think there's a sticker on this entire dragon, which is phenomenal. I wish more LEGO sets were like this. The mouth design is really, really good, and you even get like a tongue design inside. It's just slightly visible from the side, which does a good job of it. Then these kind of represent teeth, and this represents the nose with these nice spike pieces that just give it a nice feel. It feels like a dragon, this one. And then, of course, when you open up the mouth, you can see the two little spring-loaded missiles inside. So if you were to press down back here, these would come flying out, and you'd never be able to find them again, which is why I don't do that in my videos. Shoot those. So overall, this is an outstanding dragon. It's amazing. One of my favorite dragons that LEGO has ever produced. It's really nicely brick built, not too many like big plasticky pieces that don't seem like Lego, but they use the Lego pieces so well so it doesn't seem blocky at all, which is really, really nice. This tail, it seems so organic, and it's almost creepy how well it moves, and it's just, the posability of it is just amazing. You can angle these feet back, and if you do that, it almost puts it in like a flying position. Like, so, yeah, the dragon is, well, it's the biggest part of the set, and it's the main part of the set you would buy it for, but it's super, super good. It's a really, really great dragon that LEGO did with that one. There's one other little small build that you get right away early into the set. So, not to spoil anything, I actually haven't seen the season, so I probably won't spoil anything. But the season is all about this, like, some of them. So, half of the ninjas, the newer ninjas to the team, are back in Ninjago City, and they're fighting off the same Garmadon's minions people from the last season, and then the original 4 ninjas are in this alternate world where there's these dragon hunters, and they're trying to save the dragons. So in the series, some of the main goals are these little dragon pieces. So this is the like chest and shoulder plate, the dragon bone, dragon something rather, golden something. It's probably a weird, ridiculous name, but that's the armor piece that comes in the set, and if you get all the sets, or you can just get the humongous set, and you get all of it, but if you get all the sets, you would get the entire set of armor. So this, puts it in like a desert area, so that's nice. You can see just a little bit of plant life around it, and then this seems like an anvil almost, and then just using this lightsaber hilt piece to hold up the armor, which I don't like the armor stand. Like, the design all the way up to the lightsaber hilt is good, and then it goes downhill because this falls off, and it doesn't look that nice just with this piece, and so it's a nice side build that looks nice, but it's not a good armor stand, which is what it's made for. So, it's not a great little side build, but I mean, it's a side build, so can't expect too much. So then you get 4 minifigures from the set, and one of them is half minifigure, half brick built. So, you know, you get 2 ninjas and 2 hunter people. So, start with the ninjas. We have Zane here, and I love their printing for this season. The printing, it just takes the good stuff from last season's printing and then just adds all these like bells and whistles and stuff and like rock climbing gear almost, and it makes it look so serious. And I've always liked that part of Ninjago, is like the straps and stuff makes it look so real. And there's actually tears on their suits, so you can see they've been roughed up a little bit, which is something that doesn't happen very often in LEGO, is when you see a minifigure with like scars or tears or something, and that's not like the centerpiece of the minifigure, like with a Harry Potter minifigure. And so it's really interesting. They do use the Lego Ninjago movie helmet pieces, which is garb pieces, which is I'm not a fan of them. The two pieces makes it harder to take it all off, and I find the top piece actually falls off of the head sometimes, and it doesn't work that well. Luckily, with the latest Legends series, they've gone back to the one piece head garb, so like that, compared to the two piece, which is nice. So it looks great in the headpiece, but it's not the best. So it's basically the same type of minifigure with the J minifigure, and the tears are a little bit more apparent on him, but he's got the same kind of gear on above his suit, same garb. He actually has shoulder pads, which is nice, and he has knives. So I've never seen these pieces. They actually changed up the sword pieces and stuff and added this little piece so a minifigure can't really hold it. They have to have a hilt on it to hold it, which I don't like that. I prefer just the regular sword. Like, they can special mold this, because this is the special sword from the season, which looks very, very nice with the dragon on the bottom. Reminds me of Lloyd's sword from the Lego Ninjago movie. So that's very nice, but the swords that minifigures can't just hold, it's not very nice. So that's the two ninjas. Now on to the two bad guys, the dragon hunters. So start with the big one. So this is one of those like spider ones, and he has like the spidery mechanic stuff on the bottom. I don't like that type of minifigure. Some people do. I just don't. It's not something that appeals to me. I think it's a waste of pieces, and it doesn't move very well. It's hard to pose. But yeah, they do a good job with this one, and they make it almost like steampunk, because it has this grate on the back and these little dials on the side, and they do a good job with that. And then it has this chain going off of it, and this piece, which is like a dragon catcher, I suppose, and there's actually hooks on the dragon that you can throw this and pretend to catch the dragon. It kind of catches weird, though, because you catch it like this. It should be this side that has the catcher, but instead it's this side, so it kind of goes like that, which doesn't work great, but looks pretty good. The clear orange chain from Nexo Knights, and that works good. And then here's the sword piece that a minifigure can't hold without a hilt on it. And then they have this ponytail piece, which I'm not a fan of either. It's a little too rubbery and it falls out too much. Although using this stud does make it a lot easier to use. And then he has this half mask piece, which I'm also not a fan of. So this minifigure in general I don't like, but it would be some people's like favorite minifigure. And then we have this guy, which I think this is way better than the last one. They share the torso print and not leg print, obviously, because he doesn't have legs. But it's a nice design. It looks rough and spiky, and yeah, it looks very dangerous. He's got the sword that a minifigure can't hold with a hilt, and then like a modified version of the dragon catcher. And then he has a two-piece garb, but it doesn't fall off, and I think it looks really, really nice. It's almost like a muzzle, which I actually believe this character's name is Muzzle, so it's odd. Not odd, I guess it's a coincidence. So that looks very nice and menacing, and it's just got like a regular-ish ninja top part, and then he has the shoulder pad that shares with the muzzle. It's very spiky and it goes around, and it even has a sword holder on the back. So this is a really good minifigure. Lots of custom molded pieces, and this is nice. So that's the entire set. I believe it's $60 Canadian, $40 American. Definitely worth picking up. It's really, really good. And yeah, it's a good set. So I would like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!